All right, thank you guys. Happy Friday to you. And if you want to know what all my picks are for this video right now, you can actually fast forward to my quick pick recap at the end of the video. It literally has all my picks for this entire, video wrapped up in rapid fire succession. There's a link in the comments section. All you got to do is click it and it'll take you right to the quick pick recap. You get to see all my picks for this video in about 30 seconds. And if you really end up enjoying this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up by smashing that like button. I would greatly appreciate that. All the likes we can get are most definitely appreciated. And if you haven't already joined the Brock Page delegation, please feel free to do that right now by tapping that subscribe button below. That also helps the channel, helps more people see it. And one more thing, guys, I said it yesterday, said it earlier this morning, kind of a new thing here we're trying out. But if you have that one friend or maybe even a family member that you share your picks with every day, maybe you screenshot your tickets, send them a couple games each day that you have action on, please feel free to share this channel with them. Tell them about it. Even if it's just one person you tell, I'd be very thankful if you just let them know about this really cool channel that you helped build right here on Brock Page Productions. You don't have to do it today, but at least tell somebody this week about the channel. I greatly appreciate it. But anyway, guys, we got ourselves some, not so exciting matchups here. We got Ohio, Toledo, North Texas, Youngstown State. But hey, we're going to go ahead and cap them, guys, because a couple angles here I think we can make some money on. Let's go ahead and start with Ohio squaring off against Toledo. 6:30 p.m. Eastern tip-off at the Savage Arena. The Toledo Rockets are -3 with the total at 147.5. And if you like the Bobcats of Ohio in an upset on the road here, they're plus $1.50 for some money line cash. Now, guys, we're 7-1 with a push in our last 9 Underdog tier package picks on patreon.com/BrockPage. And if you want to access today's Underdog tier package pick, it's only going to cost you just $4.99. We're also 6-2 in our last 8 daily best plays on that site as well. And if you want to unlock today's daily best play, that's only going to cost you just $1.99. Now, if you want to join the community of over 825 people just like you who are signed up and active on my Patreon page, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, Ohio's failed to cover the point spread in 4 out of their last 5 contests. Just 1-3 straight up away from home this year as well. The Bobcats are giving up over 75 points a game when they travel this season, and they allow their opponents to shoot nearly 50% from the field. They're taking on a Toledo squad who's undefeated at home this season, 3-1 against the number in those contests. Real quick, can you call it Maction if it's basketball? I know we call the MAC Conference football, we call it Maction. Tuesday night Maction, Wednesday night Maction. Can you call the basketball Maction? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But anyway, most importantly, guys, we are looking at a Toledo squad who's 10-2 against the spread overall for the season, one of the best covering teams in the nation. They're averaging 76 points a game, and they're stifling their opponents to just 57 points per contest on their home court. Marion Jackson is scoring 16 points a game for the Rockets, 4 boards and 5 assists a game for the senior. Jackson has 21 total steals on the season and shoots a darn near impossible 98% from the foul line. That is unbelievable. Now, freshman guard Ryan Rollins is scoring over 14 points a game himself, along with 6 rebounds and a couple assists. Toledo is holding their opponents to just 24% shooting from 3 land on their home court. When it comes to the total on this one, 3 out of Toledo's last 4 ball games stayed under the posted total. They're also 4-0 to the under at home. I'm going to lean toward the Toledo Rockets -3 and the under 147.5. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines of personal leans out for college basketball here on Friday. Once again, guys, happy Friday to you. The weekend is finally here. Now, before we go ahead and dive into some more free content right here on YouTube, just have to quickly remind you once again that we are 7-1 with a push in our last 9 Underdog tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. That membership has been red hot right now. And if you want to access today's Underdog tier package play, it's only going to cost you just $4.99. We're also 6-2 in our last 8 daily best plays on that site as well. And if you want to unlock today's daily best play, that's only going to cost you just $1.99. And just remember, guys, when you sign up for a membership on Patreon, you're going to get access to all the lesser expensive memberships absolutely free. So once again, when you sign up for one of my memberships on Patreon, you're going to instantly get access to all the lesser expensive tiers and all those picks absolutely free through the end of the month. The cheaper memberships are included with your purchase. And for those who are wondering what the difference is between my free picks here on YouTube and my Patreon site, well, what I do on Patreon is I make life a lot easier for you as I break down the daily card and focus in on just 3 to 4 premium selections per day. They're my personal plays, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, I'm having a lot more success betting on games that way in smaller sample sizes versus wagering on every single game that's on the college slate here, side and total, like I do with my free leans here on YouTube. That is certainly not a way to win money. Just firing darts on every game on the slate. Fun, but not fun for long because you're going to end up broke pretty quick. But anyway, we currently have a community of over 825 people just like you who are signed up and active on that Patreon page. And if you want to join those folks and get in on the action, I'd love to have you. Link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Hey, keep it down out there. I'm trying to do something. Oh, you just got louder. Wow. Anyway, that's how much respect I get around. I say keep it down, and they get louder. That's the wife, by the way. But anyway, North Texas takes on Texas San Antonio, 7 p.m. Eastern tip in the Lone Star State. The North Texas Mean Green are the 6-point favorite on the road. Total's 144 flat. But despite being the 6-point favorite, the Mean Green's winless in 4 tries on the road this season, just 1-3 against the spread in those contests. They're averaging just 54 points a game when they travel, and they shoot only 24% from downtown. Now they're taking on a Texas San Antonio squad who's a perfect 4-0 straight up on their home court this season. 95 points a night they're averaging in the Convocation Center. Javon Jackson scoring over 16 points a game for the Roadrunners, 5 boards and 3 assists for the senior. Jackson also has 10 total steals and 5 blocks on defense. Keaton Wallace is also averaging over 13 a game himself, 4 boards and 3 assists for the 6'3 guard. Now, total-wise, when it comes to the scoring in this one, Texas San Antonio saw 3 out of their last 5 qualifying ball games stay under the posted total. Meanwhile, 4 out of North Texas's last 6 qualifying games stay under the line themselves. Give me the underdog, Texas San Antonio Roadrunners +6 and the under 144. All right, next contest, it is going to be Youngstown State versus Wright State. And that's going to be a 7 p.m. Eastern start time at the Nutter Center. Wright State is laying 12 points on their home court tonight. Total's 146.5. Now, the Raiders of Wright State, they failed to cover the point spread in 3 out of their last 4 ball games. They're also just 1-3 against the spread officially on their home court. Now, the Raiders have also failed to cover the point spread in 7 out of their last 10 meetings with Youngstown, so really struggling to cover the number over the past kind of couple of seasons here with the Penguins. And speaking of the Pens, Youngstown State is scoring over 71 points a game on the road, and they're led by Naz Bohannon, who's scoring 18 points a night along with 8 boards and a couple assists. Meanwhile, guard Darius Quisenberry's scoring 14 points a night himself, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for the 6'1 junior. The Penguins have once again successfully covered the number in 7 out of their last 10 meetings with Wright State. Now, total-wise, when it comes to the Nutter... Think about Nutter. Total-wise, when it comes to the number in this one, Wright State's 3-1 to the under at the Nutter Center this season. I'm going to lean toward the underdog Youngstown State Penguins +12 and the under 146.5. And with that, we're going to slide into some Big Ten action, probably our marquee game of the night here. I'm talking about Purdue versus Michigan State, 7 p.m. Eastern tip-off in East Lansing. The Michigan State Spartans are -5.5 at the Breslin Center. Total's 141 and a hook. And if you like Purdue in a conference upset on the road here, they're +$2 on the money line. Now, Purdue is on a 2-game losing streak. They're one of the worst covering teams in Big Ten. Just 1-8 against the spread in their last 9. The Boilermakers have yet to win a game as the official road team. 0-4 against the number in those road games. Purdue's averaging just 62 points per contest away from home. They're taking on a Spartans team who won 6 of 7 at the Breslin Center this season, and they average 83 points a night there. Sparty's also hitting nearly 42% of their three-pointers at home as well. Aaron Henry's scoring 14 points a night, 6 boards and 4 assists for number 0. Henry's also recorded 18 steals and 17 blocks defensively. Joey Hauser's also scoring 12 points a game himself, 9 rebounds and a couple assists a night for the 6'9 junior. And when it comes to the total on this one, Michigan State 71% to the over at the Breslin Center. Purdue saw 2 out of their last 3 get over the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Michigan State Spartans minus 5.5 and the over 141 and a hook. All right, next matchup. It is going to be Utah State versus New Mexico, and that's going to be an 8 p.m. Eastern start time in the desert. Utah State's minus 15.5, numbers 138 and a hook. The Aggies are on a 7-game winning streak. They also went 7-1 against the number in their last 8 qualifying ball games. They're scoring over 77 points a game and shooting 50% from the field when they travel. Marco Anthony scoring 13 points a night for the Aggies, 5 boards and a couple assists for the guard. Meanwhile, 7-foot junior Neemias Queta is scoring over a dozen a game along with 9 rebounds and 3 assists. Utah State's allowing just 57 points a game on the road. They are taking on a New Mexico squad who lost their last 5 straight games by an average of 23 points per loss. They're just getting absolutely decimated over the past week or so. The Lobos are just 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 qualifying contests, and they shoot just 29% from beyond the arc. Now, total-wise, 2 out of the Lobos' last 3 outings got over the posted number, throwing out one of the Nevada games, of course. Meanwhile, Utah State, on the other side, saw 3 out of their last 6 ball games away from home get over the line themselves. Pretty chalky lean here. I'm going to lean toward the Utah State Aggies, minus 15.5, and the over 138 and a hook. All right, next matchup. I believe it's our next and final matchup for the show. I'm not doing Cal Poly. Just not doing that. I think this is our next and final matchup for the show. But anyway, it is going to be Dayton versus Davidson. 9 p.m. Eastern tip-off near Charlotte. Davidson's the 7-point favorite at home, numbers 130.5. And if you like Dayton to topple the Wildcats on the road here, they're plus 255 for an upset win. Now, the Dayton Flyers have covered in 3 out of their last 5 contests. Just 65 points a game they're giving up. Jalen Crutcher, or Crucher, however you want to say it. I've heard different pronunciations. So anyway, Jalen Crucher is scoring over 18 points a game for the Flyers. 4 rebounds and 5 assists a night for the senior from Memphis. And E.B. Watson's also scoring over 15 points a game for Dayton as well. 3 rebounds and 86% from the stripe for the guard. The Flyers have won 5 out of their last 7 meetings with Davidson. And speaking of the Wildcats, they failed to cover the number in 3 out of their last 5 at the Belk Arena. And when it comes to the number in this one, 2 out of Davidson's last 3 ball games got over the posted total, 3-2 to the over on their home court. Meanwhile, Dayton saw 3 out of their last 5 get over the line as well. I'm going to lean toward yet another underdog in this one. I think they should be able to keep this one close. Give me the underdog Dayton Flyers plus 7 and the over 130.5 in that game. And with that, we're going to dive into, actually, this game could potentially be just as bad. We're not doing Cal Poly, but we're going to take a look at San Jose State versus Fresno, and that's going to be a 9 p.m. Eastern start in the Valley. The Bulldogs of Fresno State are minus 14 at home. Total's 151 flat. Now, Fresno lost 3 out of their last 4 ball games, just 1-3 against the spread in those contests. The Bulldogs shoot just 27% from downtown, and they failed to cover the number in 5 out of their last 6 conference ball games. Now, they're taking on a San Jose State team who, I get it, I know they're not very good, but they kind of been, getting quite the bad rap lately. They have a couple handful of guys who can score. They can definitely score. I'm talking about Richard Washington, who's averaging over 20 points a night, 5 rebounds and a couple assists for the guard. Meanwhile, Ralph Agee is also basically averaging double digits himself, along with 5 rebounds a game. So as bad as they are, they're not completely anemic. And don't get me wrong, they're terrible. They're not good. But this is a mighty big number for a Fresno team who just hasn't been hitting the 3 ball. Now, total-wise, 2 out of Fresno's last 4 stayed under the posted number. San Jose State saw 2 out of their last 4 qualifying contests stay under the number themselves, throwing out one of those Boise State games. I'm going to lean toward the underdog San Jose State Spartans, plus 14. Bold prediction, and the under 151. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into our quick pick recap, once again brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where we are 7-1 with a push in our last 9 underdog tier package picks. I like Toledo -3 under 147.5. I like the Texas San Antonio Roadrunners +6 under 144. I like Youngstown State +12 under 146.5. I also like Michigan State -5.5 over 141 and a hook. I like Utah State -15.5 over 138 and a hook. I like the Dayton Flyers +7 over 130.5. And last but certainly not least, please give this video a thumbs up right now if you enjoyed it. Please feel free to subscribe right now as well. And please make sure you tell at least one friend about my channel this week. I greatly appreciate it. Give me the underdog San Jose State Spartans +14 and the under 151 in that game. And if you want to get a shout out here today or tomorrow, all you have to do is drop me a line in the comments section below. All of today's shout outs are derived from my YouTube comments section. I basically give my shout outs to the people who write my favorite comments for that particular day. And once again, let's go ahead and dive into some shout outs from our YouTube platform. Shout out to Heavy Money Records. Shout out to Emre Savar from Turkey. That is the country of Turkey. So good to see Emre Savar in the comment section. Shout out to Sebastian Shaw. Shout out to Abdur-Rahman Muhammad, Ryan LeClaire, Sacramento 96, JL Kinney, Indiana Temper, DJ Wavy, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my good friend Christopher Castro. And if you were one of those folks that I gave a shout out to today, don't forget to show your friends and family that you are now YouTube famous. And if you didn't hear your name called out in the shout outs today, just keep plugging away, keep commenting, and giving me your kind words in the comment section on YouTube. I'll eventually get to it. Take a look at it each and every day. And if you keep doing that, I'll eventually get to each and every one of you. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you decide to get a package here today, just keep in mind, we'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. Also keep in mind, if you get a package here today, all the lesser expensive memberships are included with your purchase. They are free with your purchase of a package. Once again, if you buy a membership here today, all the cheaper memberships are included with that purchase. But anyway, guys, most importantly, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.